Hi everyone. Let's look at one of the important statements in decision making. Previously, we have seen if statement, we have seen if else statement, we have seen if elif else statement. We have also seen nested ifs. Now, post previous to 3.1 version of Python, it lacked one feature which every programming had. That was of match case or switch case. Yeah. So in Python 3.10, a pattern matching technique called match case has been introduced. So since 3.10, you have the match case available, which can be used as a decision-making statement. Now, this is similar to other programming language which has a switch case or just case. Yeah. So Python match case statement takes an expression, yeah, and compares it with values to successive pattern given as one or more case blocks. Yeah. Now, it is also possible to extract components from the value into a variables from a sequence. Yeah. So you need to know that this particular match case was never available in Python before the version 3.10. Yes. And these are similar to what we have in other programming languages. So let's see a syntax of it. So the syntax would look like, so it is a decision-making statement. You need to understand that. Yeah. So I'll add code here. It will have a match, yeah, as a statement. Then you'll have a variable name which you want to match. Okay. Now post this indented. Those are the blocks. It will have a case. Yeah. Suppose um, pattern one. Yeah. So this is an expression one, you can say. So pattern one, if this exists, then it will execute statements one. Yeah. Same way. Okay. Same way you will have pattern two, you will have a statement, block of statement two. You have statement three, and you have block of statements that needs to be executed for statement three. Yeah. Then you will have, this can have n number of patterns. So I'll say pattern n and the statement and that ever would be followed. Yeah. So this is the syntax for match case. Yeah. So the basic usage of match case is to compare a variable against one or more values. So this is the basic note that you need to remember always. So the basic usage, I'll just put it as a note so you understand. You can bold. Yeah. So the basic usage of match case is to compare a variable against one or more values. We'll try to see some example which will help us to see how this is used. So let me write a code which will have a function, yeah, named weekday. It will have all the weeks, yeah. So it receives a number in integer argument, matches it with all the possible weekday, and add returns the corresponding name of the day. Yeah. So let's try that. So finding weekday based on the number input. Yeah. Finding weekday based on the number input. So let me first define a function. So define how the function is defined. Define weekday. It will take a number. So that is n. Yes. Our method or our statement match n. So we have to match the number. Yes. Match n. Let's start one by one. Case, if it's a 0, yes, it will return Monday. Yes. Same date. We just write 7 and then change that. Okay. If it's 1, it will be a Tuesday. Similar Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we'll have one more if if the number inputted is incorrect. So I have to say invalid day number. Yeah. Let me change the numbers here. So it will be 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So what it does, match case does is, it will take an input, which will be in a form of a function. If the number is 0, it will return Monday. Yeah. If if we put the number as 1, it will give us Tuesday. So let's see whether our function works or not. And the last case statement in the function has a underscore. So here we see the case has an underscore. Yes. Here I just write it. Yeah. Now this last case has an underscore as the value to compare. It serves as a wildcard case. So this underscore is a wild card case and will be executed if all other cases are not true. So if you input an incorrect number or any number which is not out of this 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it will tell you an invalid number. So it is used as a wildcard case. Let me run this function first. So it gets executed. Yeah. And then we'll test the function. So to run a function, I have to type weekday. So this is the function name, weekday. So we'll try to type that. Once this function is executed, you can see it is executing. It has given a tick mark. So the function has been initiated. So I'll try to write the function weekday. Yes. And I'll input a number. So what input? I'll just input 3. Yeah. Let's see what happens. Which date gives. So you see it has given me the output as Thursday, which is the input case, which is aligning to the weekday Thursday. Let me try another one. Let me put 6. Let me run it. You can see it is giving me the output as Sunday, which is equivalent to the 6 case, which is we have mentioned in the above block. Yeah. Suppose I give any number which is not available. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me put 7. Yeah. So weekday 7. Let's see what it gives me. Invalid day. So if I put any other number, so if I put 11, it will still give me the invalid input because 11, 7, these are not available as a case in any of the statement that we have given for match case. Yeah. So now this is how you can use match case for a decision making method in any of your programming. Now, there are various ways in which you can use match case. You can combine cases in match statement. So you can, let's see, write this here, uh, combine cases in match statement. Yeah. Now, sometimes there may be a situation where for more than one case, a similar action has to be taken. Yeah. So there are a few cases where you want to give the same output, even though there are various inputs. Yeah. For this, you can combine cases with a OR operator represented by the symbol pipeline. Yeah. So you have a pipeline symbol. So you have a pipeline symbol. Let me put a text so that I can give you the notes as well. Yes. Yes. So this is the pipeline symbol you can see here. Let me use this. Let me give you an example of what happens. Yeah. Suppose I defined a function called define. Let me start. How we can use this, how we can combine cases in match statement. So you can do that by define. Suppose I want to give access to users. Yeah. So I'm creating a function called access. Yeah. I'll say match user. Yeah. So I'll give an input by which it will tell me which access to be given to that particular user. So I'll say case if I type admin or the pipeline symbol or manager, it should give me return full access. Yeah. Or if it is an guest user, it will give me limited access. Limited access. Yes. Or if the case is which is not available, it will tell me return no access. Yes. So what this program does is matches the user. So we'll input the user here once we define this function. If I input it as admin or manager, it will return full access. So we are defining two cases where I have to give the similar output. Yeah. Let's check and run this function. How do we run this function once again? First, let's define this function. Yeah, it has defined. We see the right tick mark and on the left hand side. Let's run this. I'll say access admin. Let me put it in double quotes. Let's run this. You'll see it is giving me full access. Let me run manager as well. Since we have combined cases, manager, Yes. And if I put anything else, so I put as millet. Yeah, it is saying me no excess. So this is how you can combine cases if we have similar output that has to be shown to the to anybody who wants to take a decision. Yes. Now we have seen how the cases work. We have seen how you can combine cases. Now you can pass list as an argument in match case statement as well. Yes. So you can pass. Let me put a text for using list as a match case statement. Yes, we can. Now, since Python can match the expression against any literal, you can use a list as case value. Yeah. Moreover, for a variable number of items in the list, they can pass to a sequence with a star operator. Yeah, we'll see this. You do not need to worry about what I'm talking about because being a bit technical, but we can see how it happens. Yeah. So I can have multiple statements when passed. Yeah. And we can get the output for it. Yes. How do we do that? Let me write a program and show it to you. I have suppose I want to greet some of the guests. Yes, and I want to pass on variables. Yeah. How do I do that? Okay. Now let me first create a function which is function of greetings. Of greetings. Yeah. And it will have some details that needs to be inputted. Yes. Now let's use the match statement. Match details. So the details that I have inputted, it will match. It will check for case. Yeah, we'll be passing on list. So I'll say time, comma, name. So I'll put the time as well as the name to understand whether you have to greet afternoon, evening. Yeah. And I'll say return. Have good time and the name. Yes. Now you would have thought of why I have added F before the double quotes. This is one way of printing your variables inside a statement or a code which message that you have to pass. Yes. So this is one way of printing your data inside the message, that is inside the double quotes. So that's why we add F, and we can have a variable inside the message by putting them in curly braces. Yeah. So let's move ahead. Let's write the next case. So I'll say case. We talked about star operator. Yes. So I'll say time, comma, name. Now, what does star does here is uh, where you do not know the number of variables that are going to be passed on to the details. So this star before the name is added if we do not know how many names are going to be passed on to this variable. Yeah. So if there are multiple names that are going to be passed, I can use a star and pass on multiple names. We'll see how that is being done by passing some values to the variable. So I'll say message equals to yes, and I'll say for name in names. So there are multiple names in the name where I'm passing, yeah. So message equals to F, good time, and we have the name. Yes, we have multiple names here. Okay, I have message. So name, yes, and I'll put a slash n so that each name goes on a new line. Yes, and I'll say return message. Return message. So what this statement does, it creates message for each name which is available in this names. So we are passing on multiple names. So the for loop go through each name, gives the greetings for each name, and ultimately comes out with a message. So let's try and use the both cases how it performs. So let me write first greeting. I have to pass list as we have seen earlier. I have to pass the greetings first, which is the time. So our time is morning. Yeah. So I have passed on time and I am passing on the name. Now I'll say Nilay. Yeah. Let's see what is the output. So greetings. I have written the function name incorrectly. See to it that you always write the function name which you have defined. Yeah. So let me run this. See, it is giving the output as good morning, Nilesh. Yeah. Let me write one more statement that will have afternoon. I can have it for my uh, guest afternoon. So good afternoon, guest. Sounds good. Now let's see how I can pass on multiple statements. So I'll say multiple names. So I'll say evening and I'll pass on multiple names in the form of say Nilesh, comma, Rajesh, comma, John. So I have multiple names here. Yes. It will automatically, since there are multiple names, it will automatically run this second case statement where it will check for each and individual name, store message for individual name in the message box, yes, or the message variable, and then return the entire message. So let's run this. So it should give me three statements in at one go. You see this? Have I done something incorrect here? Slash, is it this way? Let me run once again. It should rather go on a separate line. It should not print slash and like this. Okay. Something is wrong. It should go on another line, but it's not going. Let me see what happens. And equals to. Okay. It's not going on another line. This should go on another line. That is what we are expecting. Our output is right. You can see there are three messages that has been printed for each name. Good evening, Nilesh. Good evening, Rajesh. And good evening, John. I'm just trying to find out whether slash n is giving me output which should go on another line. It is not. We'll just leave it as it is. And we'll try to print our statements now. Okay. So you see this. Good evening, Nilesh. Good evening, Rajesh. And good evening, John. So these are the three statements which have been printed. Yeah. So this is how you can use the list as an argument in the match case. Yeah. So we have used list as an argument in match case. Yes. Sounds good. Now, the last thing that we can also do with cases, we can use if in case clause. Yeah. So you can use if in case clause. Yes. Now, normally Python matches an expression against literal cases. However, it allows you to include if statement in the case clause for conditional computation of match variable. So if there is a matching variable, you can also add a condition to it. So how do we do that? Let's try an example. So you are matching the case and also you are applying a condition along with that the matching variable. Yeah, how do we do that? Let me introduce a function called def interest. If I have to calculate an interest, where I have to passing up some details about the interest calculation. Yeah. So I'll say match details. Yeah. What I'm passing on, we have seen how we pass on list variable. So I'll pass on amount and duration, which needs to be matched. Now I can use if amount less than 10,000. Yeah. I'll say return. So it is matching this first amount. It is taking the case is amount and duration, and then it is applying if condition. If amount is greater than 10,000, it will return amount into 10 into duration divided by 100. So this is the formula. Yes. Now this is less than 10,000. If it is less than 10,000, let me put a condition where amount is greater than or equal to 10,000. That could be a condition as well. So here the interest rate would be 15%. So I'm raising the interest rate. Yes. And let's run this. So what I'm doing here, if amount is less than, I'm getting amount and duration. If it is both the statement, you can see both the statements are same for case. I'm taking amount and duration here. I'm taking amount and duration here as well, both. So what is the point in having different statements for the same value? I am adding a further condition to it as an if statement, saying that if the amount is less than 10,000, then you return this value. And if amount is greater than equals to 10,000, it will return a separate value. So let's run this statement. Let's try to find out whether we are getting it right or wrong. So I'll run this function by passing a value called, like I have a amount of 5,000, which is less than 10,000, comma, I'm saying duration of 5 months. Yeah, I'll run this. Let's see what happens. So it is giving me an answer of 2,500, which is, if you see 5,000 into 10, which is 50,000, divided by, so 50,000 into 5, that is 25, 2 lakh 25,000. 2 lakh 50,000, which is divided by 100, which will give you an answer as 2,500. So it has gone into this calculation of multiplying by 10. Yeah. So let's try with 10,000 this time, or 15,000, which is higher than 10. It's the same duration. You'll see this has got executed here. Yes. How do we check that? Let me run by putting the amount for the same way. 15,000. Yes. Into 15. That was the formula. Into duration. That was 5. Yeah. And divide by 100. Yes. So this should give us the answer as 11,250. Yes. So our answer is right. Yes. So above 10,000, it is running this statement, and below 10,000, it is running this statement. Yeah. Which you can again check by 5,000 into 5, 10 into the duration divided by 100. Let's see what it gives. 2,500. So our code has run successfully. So these are three ways in which you can use match case. And case is a very simple way of decisioning your Python code. Yeah. You can use it at any point of time, as we have seen here. So by using just simple match and case, you can use it with list. Yeah. You can use it with if clause. Yeah. Or you can combine cases as well in match cases. So these are various ways in which you can use the match cases for your pursuit. Hope you understood and liked this uh, video. Please comment or like the video so that we can pass it on to various people who like to learn it. Thank you so much.